Welcome to the Reddit tournament for Total War Warhammer. This is Game 2, VikingCat91 versus the LustyArgonianMaid. Very famous book from Skyrim, and older games as well. That's very true. Vamps are very OP against Chaos. I mean, what is Chaos good against, to be honest? I really don't know. Yeah, the organization for this thing is a little strange. I really should try to find some way to block the unit cards here. Let me see if there's an easy way to do this. Edit scene, is that correct? No, I'm not sure that's doing anything. Well, hopefully VikingCat is a good sportsman. Anyway, I go by Aesthetica on the Reddit forum. Pretty active on Total War Warhammer. The subreddit, anyway. Like, sort of active. I'm on the Reddit more than I actually play the game. The subreddit Total War is actually really cool. Community there. But hopefully that will hopefully it'll continue to grow. Not too big. Big Reddit communities are kind of shitty. Yeah, I wish I could block these units out. Alright, we have an Empire vs. Beastman match. It's going to be very, very interesting. I want to say the Empire is the advantage, but Beastman can be very strong as well with the Malfagor. I think that's how you pronounce it. He has regeneration, he's very tanky, and he can summon Chaos Spawn. Which are not the best unit, but for a meat shield that you can continuously spawn over and over again, it's very, very powerful. He has two abilities that summon Chaos Spawn. One of them you cast on a low health unit, and it will just delete that unit. So if you cast it on a unit, like something like a Steam Tank, or, you know, Demigryph Knights, units that can take a lot of punishment, you can really turn the tide in your favor. And he also has a generic ability to summon, I think, 3 groups of Chaos Spawn. There's a time limit on that. You can't just, from the onset, use that ability. They used to be able to. I think they nerfed it. So I'm not gonna try not to spoil. I mean, it's impossible. I really need to find some way to put a block here. I guess I could just go to a different scene and use that, so I don't spoil what people are picking. Alright, let's get into it. Hopefully no one has a terrible PC. I played VikingCat earlier, and he fucking wrecked me. I was playing Vampire Counts versus his Wood Elves, and he had enough archers to just bring down my Mortis engine. Alright, so we're playing on, I think this is Altdorf Outskirts. Very pretty map to look at. A nice little castle back there that you can't actually fight in. The map is not empty, but it's also not too cluttered. There is enough stuff on the map, but it's still a lot of open space as well. Little peasant huts around here. There we go. Okay, so the Empire player, LustyArgonianMaid, he brought, let's see, a bunch of spearmen with shields. Some flagellants there, probably just a tar pit. I mean, that is their only purpose. Some demigryph knights with halberds, very good on anti-large. They also have armor-piercing damage of a decent amount. If I could hover over that. I don't know. He's also got Sterling's Revenge. It's an upgrade to the Free Company Militia. They are decent in melee. I remember they were in the meta for a while when Vampire Counts with zombie spam on the top of the missiles. Free Company Militia were kind of in vogue because they are decent enough in melee to beat zombies. He's got a lot of handgunners, 1, 2, 3 groups of them, and it looks like most of the money's in the demigryph knights here. He also has a light wizard, probably for the net, I would guess, and Karl Franz, who is okay. Boris is better in a lot of ways. I don't think they ever gave Karl a way to regen, right? Boris Tidebringer is good because of his ability to regenerate health. Karl Franz is a terror bomb, so he's, he has his uses. He's pretty good in melee. It's mostly just his staying power that is a little bit questionable. We have a very vanguarded army over here on the side of VikingCat91. Gore herds in the front. They have their issues. All the Beastmen units have their issues. It's kind of an interesting army in that way. It's like you win despite yourself, is what it feels like when you play them. Chaos Warhounds with poison, very solid, little fast skirmish unit. Centaurs with great weapons, very good unit. Very high armor piercing value, and there's just a lot of units there. They're also very quick. Their armor is light, so they struggle against, I think the demigryphs would beat them. I'm actually not sure about that trade. They would do a lot of damage, though, to the demigryphs with that armor piercing. And there's just so many of them that I think they'd actually do pretty well against demigryph knights. Back in the non-vanguard, we got one group of Bestigors. This is like their elite unit, I guess. High armor. I think it's the only unit with higher armor in the Beastman roster. They also have armor piercing as well. They do decent damage. They were also buffed in like the Bertonia patch. Before that, it was just, I don't know, they weren't very good. They're still not great, but they're better. You see them used more often. Where's his lord? He must have Khazrak, right? Probably Malfagor, though, in a tournament. He's got a Beast Lord. Really? Beast Lord on foot with a Brave Shaman of Death. Now that is intriguing. Here comes Karl Franz. Is that a Spirit Leech? No, that would be Shadow, right? No, it was Spirit Leech. Death is Spirit Leech. Okay. So Karl Franz was scouting out some of the hidden units over here. Took a decent chunk of HP damage, and unlike Boris Todbringer, he can't regenerate that. So it's not an insignificant event. Let's see, I'm going to check out, minimize something really quick. Make sure I didn't miss any tournament stuff here. Yeah, I don't know. I thought there would be like assignments, you know, like when you volunteer to cast, like they're like, here's who you're casting, but it hasn't really been anything like that. I just had to talk to VikingCat and ask him. All right, so the Beastman is posturing up in the forest back here. Empire's kind of answering that. There's some kind of attacking rule. I can't remember exactly what it is. I'm not sure if it's like both armies have to attack. It's kind of hard to monitor that, especially with most of the games being non-casted. He's got his Chaos Warhounds on the flank here. I guess he's trying to spot out... Oh, I guess everything's visible. A lot of missiles. It's going to be hard for the Empire to crack this, actually. I find it very interesting he didn't bring Malfagor. It seems to be the usual pick for Beastman, but he brought a very heavy infantry army, which I actually like. I like his setup a lot. More than the Empire setup currently. Flatulence are pretty good against Beastmen because the Beastmen army line is traditionally not heavily armored. Only Vestigors are the only infantry line you'd have to worry about, but they're usually not a pick that you'd bring many of because of their cost. And their general efficiency isn't amazing. So it looks like the Beastmen are bringing their skirmishers up to poke at the spearmen. They do have shields, so it's not going to be very, you know, extremely effective, but it will do some chip damage there. Centaur is riding out to this flank. Let me make sure I'm not dropping frames or something here. Nope, no frames. Okay. Spearmen are moving up. They didn't like that that skirmish fire. I'm not sure I like that move. Well, I guess you have to, right? Here come the Bestigors into the Spearmen. It's going to be a good trade for the Bestigors. They preferably would, you know, they'd prefer to be in the Spearmen than something like the Flagellants, for sure. Flagellants are just going to hold them down for so long. It'll take forever for Bestigor to chew through them. Archers would be really well served to be firing at the Flagellants because they have no shields, they have no armor, 0 armor, so arrows will just tear through them. Looks like a Spirit Leech went down on the Demogryph Knights. I think that was a Spirit Leech. Demogryph Knights are facing off against the Bestigors. This is an interesting trade. Or not the Bestigors, Centaurs. Interesting trade indeed. It looks like the Centaurs are just getting wiped though, but of course VikingCat, being a great player, brought some Spearman support. Spearman support in the Cav engagement is incredibly good. It's not something that's easy to pull off, but if you can, the Spearmen just really do work against Cav. They tie them up, make sure you can't run away and cycle charge, and spears are very good against large units. I mean, Ungor Spearman herds are like the lowest of the low, I believe, in the Beastmen army. There might be something below them, actually. But they're so cost-effective against fighting Demogryph Knights that it's... I mean, look at this surround he's got here with the Poison Warhounds. Just really tying up these units, making sure they can't run away. Doing a ton of damage to them. With basically no return cost. I mean, he lost probably some Warhounds there or something, but those are cheap. Meanwhile, the front line of the Empire has been completely demolished in my absence. I don't see any Spearman units left. I think they might have all been routed. does seem like quite the... it's going to be hard for the Empire to win this at this point. I'll just say that much. Oh, there goes a net. There goes a net. What did he net down? Senegors? Alright, lots of the flagellants are gone. I think that's it. Game 2 taken by VikingCat91, who won the first game as well, which this is a 2 out of 3 style tournament. So round 1 goes to VikingCat91. Congrats, VikingCat. Good game. Well played. Alright, so I'm not sure what the next round is going to entail. sorry, LustyArgonianMaid. You did good, man. So next round, not sure exactly when it's going to happen. The tournament organizer is not very organized. And I'm not sure if I have access to change the challenge or challenge.com thing. Looks like someone's already been updating them. I don't even see VikingCat on here. There he is. I wonder how I can... Looks like I can't update it. It must be only Yogg, the guy put on the tournament. I will, how do I private message him? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to turn the stream off for now. Looks like that was game 1. I don't even know if there's going to be a game 2. The thing is so disorganized. Anyway, I'll see you guys later.